good, man. How are you? I'm good. Awesome. Yeah, for sure. Glad to be here. Are you asking what type of music I make? Okay, so I mean, I like to consider myself a pretty versatile artist, but I feel like I stick to mainly two vibes, and I feel like my primary one is pretty sappy and like like sad, and I can relate it a lot to like artists like Juice World and Lil Peep and Trippie Redd, guys like that. And then on the other side, I would say I'm pretty like trappy with it, and like I have a lot of hard songs that you could relate to, like maybe Jack Harlow, or an artist like that. Hits hard, comes quick with it. So those are my main two vibes, but I can pretty much ride with anything. Yeah, well, I feel like the thing about 6ix9ine, man, is 6ix9ine's a great artist and all, and I feel like a lot of people just lost respect for him when the whole snitching situation happened with the racketeering and everything. And I feel like it kind of just threw him off the map. And especially since he got locked up, he kind of lost that touch with the world. But, now he's back. And I feel like, nowadays it's kind of giving him that clout to boost him back up there where he was before, because now everyone kind of hates him, but they kind of love him at the same time. He's got that hate-love relationship going on with the world. And so I think he's a unique artist for sure. Definitely. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not a huge follower of Cardi and Nicki, but what I do know about that is they got into some beef at like a party or like, a function late at night, and it was some type of red carpet ordeal. And one of them was like clawing at the other, and it got posted on Instagram or something like that. And how girls are, shit just escalates really quickly. And that's really that. I can't really speak much on that though, because I don't really follow those artists too much. That's something I tried when I was like 14, 15 years old, back when I listened to Mac Miller a lot. And it was working for me for a while, and it was kind of like a really like picky crowd in terms of like you got to come at it a certain way, you got to like sound a certain way in order to get like a lot of followers. And I kind of just started to like mess with my own sound and like kind of evolve my own way. And definitely my biggest influences are guys like Juice and like Uzi and these young guys who came up a few years ago when I was probably in high school. Those were definitely like my biggest influences in terms of propelling me. No, not at all. Not at all. Could I tell you white boom bap artists? Say it again. Could I tell you a white boom bap artist? I don't really know any. I don't really know a lot of boom bap artists, bro. I don't really follow like those types of artists really. I mean, I mainly listen to like like mainstream rap, emo rap, alternative stuff like that. So I probably wouldn't know many. So for my work, I mainly use Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and SoundCloud. Those are probably my top 4. And I'm on a lot more, but YouTube, I get some views, but I would say definitely my top 4 are Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and SoundCloud. You need to get better about getting on YouTube. I was just saying I need to post more on YouTube, because that's where a lot of rappers, in America, a lot of plays. I mean, so that type of stuff, man, that goes way back to even before I was born. I was born in like really early 2001. So, man, that was before my time, but I know a lot about it. I watched, like several films on it, and I've read articles and stuff, and I would just say the beef back then was a lot heavier than the beef back now, meaning back then people were just ready to go in terms of like, you know, they'll pull up right on you and shoot you. And I feel like nowadays everyone's a little more scared and hiding behind their cell phones type stuff. And you know, it's kind of de-escalated in that sense. And I feel like back when Biggie and Tupac were going at it, stuff was just a lot different. You know, it was a different time, so it was easier for somebody to get caught up in something like, you know, Tupac did initially, and then it was easy for somebody to clap back at Biggie like Tupac's gang did. Yeah, so marketing I do all by myself. Like all my edits and pictures and album covers and everything, like distribution and all that, I do it by myself. And even like the production, like I make most of my own beats and I engineer myself usually. In the past, I've gone to an engineer that I've known who went to my high school, and we've been good friends for like 4 or 5 years, but I've started to pick it up in the past year or two. And so yeah, pretty much everything myself. In the rap industry, I wouldn't say OG. I would say I consider myself considerably better than most of the people that show me their music or try to, you know, talk to me about music. But I still feel like I'm, you know, a few steps away from being where I want to be in terms of like nationally blowing up. But I would say I'm somewhere in between, you know what I mean? You know, close to getting there, but not quite there. I'm on the East Coast in Atlanta, Georgia right now. That's tough, man. They both have different vibes. I would say East Coast music is more hard hitting and like just in your face. And West Coast music is definitely more, you know, like slow and vibey and kind of mellow and rides out. So I would say I'm a bigger fan of East Coast music. And I like artists, you know, like Young Thug and stuff who have like interesting vibes. You know, I love people out of Atlanta, you know, because I'm from Atlanta myself. So just like living here and, you know, being around so many talented artists, it gives you like a sense of the vibe. So I feel like East Coast definitely. I mean, Future's an incredible artist. Future's, you know, also, you know, tearing stuff up in Atlanta always, and just one of the, you know, talk about OGs. Future's just one of the, you know, like best guys in the industry right now. You know, he's fallen off a little bit, but you know, he's still releasing tapes steadily, and I think he's definitely an OG in the industry for sure. Yeah, like I said, I do produce most of it myself nowadays, and I've been making music for almost 10 years now, about like 9 years, give or take. Yeah, so I do it as a full-time job. I don't have any other job. This is how I pay my rent. And you know, I'm able to stay in a nice 4-bedroom apartment in downtown Atlanta. And yeah, it definitely pays the bills, man, for sure. I would say the number one rapper that's inspired me in my entire career is definitely Juice WRLD. It's gotta be Juice WRLD. He's by far the most talented, you know, versatile person I've ever heard, probably ever come across like the radio or anything. Honestly, like, it was so sad last year when we lost him because, like, you know, just such a kind soul. You know, he just wanted to help the kids and wanted everyone to be, you know, straight and, you know, not take drugs. And he was definitely a positive influence on the world, and definitely a lost soul that we're gonna remember for a long time. Have I been in beefs? Very early on, probably like in high school and stuff, but nothing like, you know, I would consider serious. You know, it was just stuff when I was really young and stuff. More when the music was less serious and more of a joke. Or not a joke, but, you know, more of like something I was doing for fun in terms of why I was doing it. Now I feel like I'm doing it, first of all, because it pays my bills. Second of all, because I feel like I have a lot to say to the world, and I feel like I have a lot to get off my mind. So would I feature with an Egyptian rapper, or do I have? Is that what you're asking? Would I or do I? I mean, I could. If an Egyptian rapper wants to pay me my fee, for sure, definitely. Are you asking how I do my collabs? I mean, usually I charge people, it's somewhere between $100 to $250 for a verse, and they either send me the track outs to their song or vice versa. I send them the track outs to my song and they hop on it, or they'll just come through to my studio and record their part, and that's usually how we do it. So I mean, if it was with somebody in Egypt, we would obviously have to send the files over, and I'd have to send my part back to them or vice versa. So that's how it gets done. No, I mean, if he's followed by, would I give him money? I mean, it depends. If it's somebody I want to work with, like, yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, there's rappers that I paid, over $1,000 for a feature, and those songs I haven't released yet because I'm waiting on them to get more clout so I can post it. But if it was the right person, for sure. If it was somebody I felt like in Egypt that could give me a lot of clout and money, for sure, definitely. Nowadays, people can talk about a lot of different things in their songs, and I feel like people misjudge the hip hop industry, saying that everyone only talks about a certain thing and everyone talks about this and that. I feel like a lot of people do talk about, specific things like you're talking about, but at the same time, there's a lot of people who have a unique message and, can do their own thing with it. And I feel like I'm one of those people for sure. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of battle raps, man. Like, battle raps are probably maybe what got me into rapping myself. I used to watch like YouTube videos when I was like 9 or 10 years old. I used to watch 8 Mile. I knew every word to the ending scene of the Eminem battle rap part. Eminem was a huge influence for me. Probably one of my top 3. Behind Juice and Pete. And I would just say battle rap kind of shaped the industry in a way. If a female made a diss track on me, I mean, I'll make a diss track on her. It's not like you're physically touching her. I mean, as long as you don't say nothing too offensive, I feel like you can totally clap back. I mean, if she claps at you first, definitely. As long as nothing gets physical, for sure. No, you're fine, man. You're fine. It happens. I appreciate you having me, for sure. Definitely, please do. All right. Very nice meeting you. Appreciate it. Have a good one.